What did the USA Women's World Cup title mean for the sport? Women's soccer engages the US every 4 years, then disappears for most fans like a comet leaving the solar system. In the wake of the Americans' record-setting 4th World Cup title Sunday, the hard part remains, the weekly work of boosting the National Women's Soccer League, where average attendance remains at a minor league level. Fans have not handed over a sufficient supply of bills displaying Benjamin Franklin's portrait, and sponsors and broadcasters have not made enough of the 6, 7 and 8-figure agreements needed for them to rise to the level of men's Major League Soccer. On the men's side in MLS, they have owners with extremely deep pockets. Defender Crystal Dunn said, "If the women's game is going to grow, it's going to come down to us not kind of penny pinching on things and really putting a lot of resources in." The Women's United Soccer Association, launched as the first fully professional women's league, folded in 2003 after just 3 seasons. Women's professional soccer started play in 2009 and also lasted only 3 seasons. Mo took the field in 2013 and has a management contract with the U.S. Soccer Federation, which has listed nearly $5 million as expenses attributable to the league. The USF pays the salaries of 22 allocated national team players, providing them a subsidy and the ability to market the top American players. Mo launched in 2013 with 8 teams, increased to 9 the following season and 10 in 2016, then went back to 9 in 2018, of which 4 share owners with MLS. When the league started, no one expected the league to survive 7 seasons, Utah Royals coach Laura Harvey said. "I think the biggest battle has already been overcome a little bit in the US that a lot of women's soccer faces across the world, is that people are willing to pay a ticket price to watch a game." MLS, which started with 10 teams in 1996, expanded, contracted and now has grown to 24 teams this season, with plans to expand to 30. MLS average attendance has risen from the 14,000 range at the turn of the century to about 22,000, the lowest between 5,000 to 6,000. The MLS, it's well documented, had its share of growing pains when it was still a toddler and a youth, if you will. So, I don't think any of us involved in them thought this was going to be an easy journey in establishing a viable women's league, said Michael Lutz, president of business for Moses Portland Timbers and the Hawthorns, who lead the league with an 18,000+ attendance average. Just a handful of Mo games were televised nationally from 2013 to 16, but the league announced a deal with the Plus E Networks ahead of the 2017 season in which the company would take an equity stake and broadcast the game of the week on Lifetime. But a Plus E cut short the deal last winter, a season early, and it took until last week to announce an agreement for ESPN to televise 14 games during the season's second half. The staff is small. The league has 3 to 5 full-time employees when it started and now has 13, including 5 in its media office. The goal is to grow teams and staff, not expansion just to expand, said Amanda Duffy, who is in her 3rd season running the law office and in her 1st year as league president. It's expansion to get right with the right ownership, with the right facilities, the right market, the right infrastructure and the right ability to connect with the community and resonating in a market. And if we get that right, that will also at the same time broaden our footprint, broaden relevancy. Mo announced a sponsorship agreement Sunday with Anheuser-Busch Inc. Budweiser, a deal negotiated by Moses Marketing Women's Soccer United Marketing. "We identified the fact that there is a national and global attention 1 month out of every 48 months, and if we really, truly want to act like supporters, if we really, truly want to grow the sport, it's got to be day in, day out, I mean during the actual season," said Monica Rusty, Budweiser's vice president of marketing. "It's also to use our scale and reach to get more people into the fold and more sponsors into the fold." Budweiser joined a relatively small group of national sponsors that includes Nike, Lifetime, Spectrum, Brands Holdings Inc., Cutter Insect Repellent and Thorn Research Incorporated, which manufactures nutritional supplements. "I think for national sponsorship, That's a process that takes time, Duffy said. I think right now the larger and broader opportunities from a sponsorship perspective are going to be more at a local level, where there's an immediate connection with the players and the brand at a local scale in those markets. Houston, Orlando, Portland and Utah have shared owners with the MLS teams in their cities, and defending champion North Carolina has the same owner as the local team in the second-tier United Soccer League Championship. A joint ownership model has been a success in Europe. Lyon has won 4 straight European Women's Champions League titles, and Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Chelsea reached the semifinals. Europe is doing a very good job in general, said Ricardo Ford, Vice President of Global Sponsorships at the Coca-Cola Co. A lot of leagues have established in the last couple of years. There is investment from the clubs and sponsors are following the best. Boosted by players developed by the club, 7 European nations reached the Women's World Cup quarterfinals. The economies of scale help keep down costs. In our case there's some real inherent advantages having one organization run both clubs, Bullock said. We have a staff of 160 people, all of whom are charged with running both the Timbers and the Thorns. Teams that don't have more than one club don't necessarily have that scale, those resources and expertise. We also have by virtue of our men a great facility that we can control, a great practice facility. The league's listed minimum salary charge to a team's salary cap budget this year is $538 and the maximum is $200. So many players earn far more. Midfielder Rose Lavelle, who scored the second goal in the World Cup final, said that while national team players have higher pay, some of her club teammates need to coach on the side to make ends meet. We need kind of sustainable income so that people can feel like this is their full-time job. I think right now, the reality of just women's sports in general is that they can devote their whole life to what they love, she said. I just feel like the next step is that we need to make everyone feel like they are a professional athlete. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.